Awesome.
I'm nervous. There she is. Can you see us now?
I'm back.
Are we going to be able to see everybody or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, kind of. You're really quiet, though.
No. I'm back.
Are we going to be able to see everybody or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh, we're repeating.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
kind
why
of. You're really quiet, though.
No, you're not
I'm
repeating.
back. Are we going to be able to see everybody or no?
No, that's what I was talking about right there. Remember?
Yeah.
Guys, so I closed out my YouTube, and now we're good.
Okay. Are we live right now?
Yeah. That's that lag and we have 9 viewers.
Yay, 9 viewers. Hey, guys. This is all going to be really real. Really real today in our raw element. I might have had, some champagne before we started. No, I'm just kidding. Drinking coffee. Bottomless mimosas. Holla. Okay. I'm nervous.
All right, I'm doing a voice test. Is this loud enough?
Yeah. I think it makes me more nervous that I have no idea how many people are on here or if they can even, see or hear us.
You can be seen and heard. Tony's in the other room.
Oh,
Okay?
hey, Tony. Can't wait to see you guys at leadership. I know. It's going to be awesome.
What about Summit?
What about
the cruise?
Oh, Success Club.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
I see what you mean. Okay. I'm gonna watch as a guest here. Okay, we have 23 watching. I wonder if I should go ahead and get this party started. I'm going to start in 2 minutes. And hello, everyone.
Steph is looking all pretty. Whatever. We didn't get the memo. I know, me either.
all ain't even cute?
Y'all ain't even cute. You sure are not. I wonder if I can go full screen.
all ain't even cute.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so now I've got a chat box up so I can see as a viewer and a host. All right.
We're going again.
Yeah,
I wonder if I can go full screen.
all even cute.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so now I've got a chat box up so I can see as a viewer and a host. All right.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We are live, and I'm excited because we have 3 of our DFG top coaches who have graced us with their presence. They are going to be hosting the call today on their takeaways from this past week's New Leadership Conference in LA, which I assume was amazing and life-changing because everyone was posting, making us all jealous, wishing we could be there. And just hearing some of the content, I'm like, wow. Everyone mute yourself, please. I've got my notes ready because I know that there's going to be a lot of stuff to take away. So please grab a notebook and a pen and get excited to hear from our lovely, we've got Mallory, we've got Olivia, and we've got Stefanie. And I'm going to go ahead and mute myself, and you guys take it away.
Hey, everybody. So I'm Mallory, who most of you guys know probably from DFG. And I'm going to start by saying I am a 2016 10-star elite coach, a 6-figure earner, and a Success Club legend. So most of you are like, wait, 10-star? And I'm going to say it again. I'm a 2016 10-star elite coach, a 6-figure earner, and a Success Club legend. And what I did was I made a public commitment of my goals for 2016. And I encourage you all to do the same. One of those goals on your list must be to be at the New Leadership Conference for next year. We had an amazing time, and that's even an understatement. One of the things that we got to do was tour the corporate office, which was so cool. When you first walk in and you get into the main lobby, above you is a big circle cutout, and it has Beachbody's mission statement, which is to help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. So every day when the employees walk in, that is the first thing that they see. It's so nice to be able to put faces to names, which you all know, going to Summit and you see people and you're like, oh, wow, that's you. And you talk to these corporate people and you have no idea who they are. But what's really encouraging is that they are our support system. Everywhere you go, they were showing us the different departments and what they do, and it was just really cool to hear that a lot of our ideas and a lot of things that we submit that we say are not running smoothly, their job is to make them run smoother, which is really, really cool. They do have the team cup in its own little glass case with roped off, and hopefully one of us will be winning it next month. And if you're not registered, get registered. They have the top 10 wall of all the top 10 coaches, which is also really cool to see. But they have the elite wall and the premier wall. So even though these are corporate offices, they're still showcasing us coaches, even though we don't get to see it. So the recognition is really out there. They have amazing gyms there that have every piece of equipment that you could possibly need to do a Beachbody program. They also have this kitchen with every flavor of Shakeology and all the performance line stuff, and they encourage their employees there to work out daily, to do the performance line, to drink their Shakeology, and they really stand behind their mission statement. And on the way out of corporate every single day, on the flip side of that circle on the ceiling is the mission statement again. So entering and leaving, the first and last thing that you see is to help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy and fulfilling life. Now, how do we as coaches do that? Primarily, we need to solve a problem. And we need to look at the kind of people that we're attracting and what kind of problem we're looking to solve. So a lot of people have heard of building your avatar. And Katie Hefner has a really good, I'm not sure if it's a video or a post about that, but I'll try to find it and copy it for you guys. But when you're building your avatar, you're looking for your target market as far as customers and as far as your team. So one of the things that was talked about at leadership was the fox and the hedgehog. And the fox's goal every day is to get the hedgehog. And whether he's slow and thought out process to get there, or it's quick, hurry through the woods and get there, whatever the method is, there's so many different ways that he tries to accomplish that. And with the hedgehog, there's just one thing that they're really good at, and it's survival. They roll up into a ball, they shoot out their spikes, and they defend themselves from the fox. So the point of that is to know that you don't have to be good at everything. You just have to be great at one thing. So finding your hedgehog might be a little bit difficult, and something that I came up with to implement coming home to get that started for people was I asked my team, who is in this? You don't have to be a specific rank right now. Your past in this business does not matter at all. Fresh start, starting today, who wants to build this? And let's say I had 10 people respond yes. What I did was I took those 10 names and I wrote them all down, and I put next to their name something that I acknowledge that they are really great at, as far as from a business standpoint or just a character a characteristic that I'm drawn to about them, and I wrote out those 10 names. And then I encouraged them all to do the same. For each person to take those 10 names and compliment them, something that they admire, something they're really good at. So at the end, you had 10 outside people telling you something that you might not really realize about yourself, because we're so good at finding our flaws and finding the things that we're not good at, that saying, wow, I'm really good at this, is hard for a lot of people to say, myself included. So what my team said about me is that I'm really great about sharing my story, that I'm not afraid to show weakness or setbacks. So I'm the epitome of the turn your mess into a message, because if you know my story, I've been through a lot. They said I'm great about being a product of the product and showing consistency, and that I can be brutally honest but without being mean. So for me, when I'm looking for people, I might be drawn to finding people who have also suffered a setback, but maybe don't see that light yet at the end of their tunnel, or people that might be skeptical about the products or need help staying consistent, because those are strengths of mine. From a business standpoint, I might be looking for moms, or more specifically single moms, that would really benefit from saving money on their shakes, or the effectiveness of meal prepping to not only save money, but to save time. They might want to earn extra money by helping others, or desire that more time with their kids, or wanting to be a healthier example. So my hedgehog, I kind of have figured out. I'm going to tweak it a little bit more. But the point of that is to reach people in a more meaningful way. So when you have a target audience, or someone that you're specifically appealing to, you know how to gear your posts more to follow those examples. And Jeff Hill talked about a book, and it's called Good to Great by Jim Collins. And he said that good is the enemy of great. That being good is comfortable, but being great requires work. And that's something that a lot of us struggle with, I believe. I think in addition to speaking your goals out loud, it's something that we all need to make a commitment to together, to our teams, to each other, and most importantly ourselves, that we're going to put in the work to be great. Real quick, I'm not sure how much time I've used up, but Michael Neiman talked about, and I'm going to do the short version, 2 groups of lab rats. And for lack of better words, we have the dim rats and the bright rats. And what he said was they were broken up into 2 groups. And then these scientists were brought in, and they said, okay, you're in charge of the dim rats, you're in charge of the bright rats. And what I need you to do is put them through a series of obstacles, tests, whatever it may be. And it turned out that the dim rats ended up falling short. They weren't able to complete their goals. The bright rats were exceeding on every level, just as they had suspected. But it turned out that neither one of those rats were dim nor bright, because I mean, how do you know if there's a smart rat or a not so smart rat? So the rats basically performed based off the expectations of their instructors. So the teachers were the ones that were deciding if these people were going to be successful, or these rats successful or not successful. So what we need to do as leaders is to focus on everybody being these bright rats. Encourage them to do what it is that we're here to do, whatever their goals are. Keep those in mind when you're trying to lead your team. The focus of this entire conference was to be a better leader. And the one thing that really stuck out to me at the end was, what's rewarded is repeated. So constantly reward your team, recognize them, show them the things that they're doing really, really well, and hopefully they're going to live up to the expectations of you, their leader, by doing everything by example and just believing in them. So Thank you guys, and I really, really, really hope you all are in California next year for the leadership because it's amazing. So thank you guys. Oh, and I'll introduce Olivia, who is also going to be, Steph's going next. Stefanie, let's hear what your 2016 goals are out loud for everyone to hold you accountable.
Hey, can everyone hear me? All right, hey, my name is Stefanie Valentine, and okay, 2016 goals. I am a 10-star elite 2016 coach, and I will be at that leadership retreat in October with all of you other rock stars. Wow, what a week we had. So much fun. Just really reaffirmed that I'm in the right place with the right people, and every time I go to any Beachbody event, I'm just filled with love and positivity, and it's just so awesome. So I want to thank everybody that was a part of this last week because it was incredible. Mallory, that was awesome. Thank you. I want to follow up with something else we learned, and it's really easy to kind of get discouraged with this business sometimes if you're not hitting SC Success Club, and if you're not seeing the rank and everything like that you want to see. But if that's starting to happen to you, or if it ever does start to happen to you, you need to look at your mindset, and you need to look at how you're treating this business. Are you treating it like a business? Are you professional in the manner that you handle this, or is it just something that you're doing for fun and not treating like a quote real job? I know the majority have another job besides being a Beachbody coach, and hopefully all of our goal is to be able to retire from our quote real job and do Beachbody full time, which is highly desirable because you have so much freedom. So basically, what one of the speakers really, Melanie Metro, enforced was the mindset that you go into this business is the result you will get. So you are the owner of your own business, even though you don't have a storefront. As soon as you say, select, I'm a coach, you have now started your own business. So you need to treat it that way. And one really good thing for new coaches to do is once you hit Emerald, you now have a team of 2. Even if it's 2 discount coaches, your mom and your husband, you need to start your own team page that you can begin to practice being a leader. None of us come into Beachbody having really any clue what we're doing. No one signs up the first day and knows as much as the elite coaches know, or even as much as a diamond coach knows. This is a learn as you go type business. So the more you take responsibility and ownership for that and find answers to your own questions and learn on your own time and really lead the people that you've signed up, the faster you're going to progress and the more confident you're going to feel. As you begin to create this team, you want to focus it on Success Club, not necessarily rank, because we are not in the business of rank achievement. We are in the business of helping others. And the best way to measure your business is how many people you have helped. So we all know helping 3 people a month is hitting Success Club 5 at least. And if you do that each month, you are building a steady, consistent business that is going to create a snowball effect. You're going to be finding leaders within there. You're going to be assuring yourself steady growth in income. So, maybe you're somebody who's like, of course, I'm always going to hit Success Club, no problem. You have then got to instill that importance in your business building coaches. it's so much easier if they start right out the gate, day one, understanding if you want to have any type of success in this business, you need to change 3 lives a month. That is the backbone. I will put in a little bit for those of you shooting for elite this year. I know last year at this time, I knew what the word elite was, but that was about it. I knew it was really cool. I knew you got your, like your picture on the wall, and you probably got something at Summit, but I was like, I don't know what it is. And no matter how many times someone tried to explain it to me, I was completely overwhelmed and confused. So that just meant it wasn't the right time for me to push for that. I focused on SC every month, and now I'm ready. Now I know enough. So the way Bonnie Engel breaks elite down, I think if I heard this last year, I might have understood it a little better, is 4 by 4. And that is bringing in 4 new coaches a month, even if it's just a discount coach at that time, 4 new coaches a month, and 4 of your personally sponsored coaches hitting Success Club. That is your foolproof formula for hitting elite. And that's not going to happen unless you have a strong team. How are you going to build a strong team? Hitting Success Club every month, constantly bringing new people in, and not putting all your eggs in one basket, because stuff happens and you need to lead by example. That brings me to the next point, and I think almost the last one. You've got to lead from the front. Something really clicked with me at Summit when Melanie Mitra was speaking, and she said the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. And some of you may have heard that, but I thought, wow, why am I sitting here expecting all of my coaches to go above and beyond and, grow strong businesses if I'm just kind of scraping by right now? If I'm like, if I could at least hit SC5. If I'm not inviting every day, why would I expect my coaches to invite every day? It's very, very true. So from that point on, I decided and I understood that I cannot expect any of my coaches to do more than what I'm doing, because that's the example I'm setting. And you have to take ownership for that. So understand right now that nothing's going to fall in your lap. You have to go and you have to bring in new people every month, and that in itself will create an excitement in your team and will create those numbers and volume goals that you're hoping to see. I'm not sure how much time I have. The color code is something that was mentioned too. If you just go to thecolorcode.com, there's a free personality test. Give it to everyone in your downline. Do it for yourself. It's a really good way to understand what's going to motivate these coaches you have to earn an income and to hit Success Club. If you talk at everyone like you would want to be talked to, it's not always going to work because everybody's different. And we can all learn from each other. So lastly, what I want to say is to run your own race. Do not compare yourself. I wish I could remember which wake-up call it was and which coach said it, but I don't think it was even her quote. But she said, comparison kills joy. And it's so true. You need to put your blinders on, set your own goals, celebrate your own achievements. If you've never hit Success Club and you've already hit Success Club in the month of January, that is huge. You need to be so proud of yourself, and you need to reward yourself with all of these goals that you're setting. And don't compare yourself to somebody who has gone 15-star in 1 year. That is their journey. That is their life. You don't know what's going to happen to them tomorrow. They could fall off the face of the earth tomorrow. Stop worrying about what everyone else is doing and how everyone else has it so great and you don't. Because every single person has their own struggle and has to work their own personal way to get to where they want to be. And at the end of the day, when you're 90 years old, are you really going to care what rank that person was? Or are you going to care what kind of impact you had in this business and what it did for your family? So that's my best advice that I took away from this week. I think you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Lindsay, for having me. And I'm going to pass it to Olivia.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Awesome. Okay, so welcome. I don't even know like what else to say, really. Everyone make it a goal to be there next year. I know that we tell you that all the time, and you're probably like, okay, stop saying it, I get it, but you just don't even know. Like, Summit is cool, and that is a place you absolutely need to be as well, but when you qualify for these events with your team, there's nothing that matches that. I mean, the people that are at this event and at these leadership events, they qualified for it. They worked their butts off. Their team worked their butts off. And you're with an entire group of people who actually care about where their business is headed. And they're all trying to become stronger leaders. And you're surrounded by like-minded people. At Summit, we have 25,000 people. At this event, we had 400. So you're in this super intimate group. You're meeting people that aren't necessarily in your downline. You're meeting people from other places in the network, and you guys just bring out each other's strengths, and you guys help sharpen each other's weaknesses. So make it a goal to be there. Put it on your freaking vision board. I don't care if you don't know how you're going to get there yet. Make it a point to be there. You guys have to get 2-star. You guys have, what, until, like, I don't even know, October maybe or something like that. I'll have to look and post it in DFG, but you have time. I don't care if you're a brand new coach right now or a diamond coach, or maybe you feel like everything has fallen apart beneath you and you're pissed off about it. Be mad, but do something about it. Take action. Take what we're telling you today. Go out there and put action with what you want. So I want to talk a little bit about leadership. I don't even know, like, this event, we were in sessions for like 10 plus hours, so we might sound like we're jumping all over the place, but we're sharing the nuggets that really stuck with us personally and sharing that with you guys. We're going to be talking about these topics and more for the rest of the year. Like, we'll never be done talking about it and sharing with you guys, but I want to just touch on leadership just a little bit today to kind of end us off. I'll try to keep it by 11:45, okay? It's hard for me, but I'm going to try. So 2 things I want to talk about with leadership. The first thing is how you bring people in. In this business, you're a leader the second that you sign someone. The second that you sell that challenge pack, you are looked at as a leader, and you need to start, I don't care if you're not a leader right now, you need to start looking at yourself as one and act as if. So what kind of bait are you using to bring people into your business? Because if you're just putting paychecks out there, or you're just putting out there very small, minimal things as far as, like, I don't know, very surface things. If you guys listened to the National Wake Up Call with Amy Silverman yesterday, she kind of talked about that. You know, are you just talking about very surface things like, oh, here's a picture of my paycheck, or oh, I just want to help people, or I want to go to the beach or travel or whatever. Like, those things are cool, and they're important to talk about, to share your vision, but you need to have a purpose. What is your purpose as a Beachbody coach? Mallory shared at the beginning with Beachbody's mission statement of helping people achieve their goals and lead healthy, fulfilling lives. That's our purpose as a Beachbody coach, and you have purpose the day that you help that one person. Your purpose is to help them be successful and keep duplicating that and moving forward with that. So I know if you've looked at your team maybe, and maybe you're a new coach, or maybe you're a veteran coach, and you look at your team and you're like, why does nobody get it? Why do I feel like I'm the only one that gets it? Why do I feel like I'm the only one that cares, and I'm the only one that wakes up and does this and never gives up? Michelle Myers talked about that. She said she was looking at her team like that one day, and she's like, I just don't get it. I just don't know. And why does nobody else get it like I do? And she started to look at the way that she was bringing people in, and she said she was using cheap bait. And cheap bait is not going to attract good quality fish. So what are you posting about on your social media every day? What kind of bait are you using to draw people into this business? I know for me, sometimes I feel a lot of pressure to keep sharing income all the time, because that brings in people who are ready to go for it. But if those people that are here for money don't have a sense of purpose, or don't know what they're working so hard for, they're not going to stick around that long. They're not going to be those people that go through the trenches with you and come out on top, because we all know this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. So if we're just bringing people in who are just primarily focused on money, and they don't have any of the other attributes that you're looking for, you might start to see them kind of slip out when they're not making that $1,000 in a month like they were promised, like maybe you did. I know for me, I was making like 10 cents an hour for the first 5 months of my business, and I was like, what the heck, this is such a waste of my time. But I also knew what I was fighting for, and I knew that the opportunity was there if I just kept going, you know? So really focus on the things that you're talking about and the things that you're instilling in your new coaches and the way that you're bringing coaches in, and make sure that you're giving them that sense of purpose. Something that Michelle talked about was the products create revenue, but people create passion. We need to be leading with passion. We need to have a fire that is so bright in us that anybody that talks to us, anybody that gets in a conversation with us, anyone we bring on our team can sense that fire and sense that passion, and we're passing the torch on to them. Because leading with passion is going to bring people into your business that are also passionate about helping other people achieve their goals. So that's kind of the first thing that she really talked about, was really having that sense of belief in yourself, and that you're making a difference, and that you do have a sense of purpose in your life. Because if you have purpose, it doesn't matter if you have one person in your downline or 100. You are there and you're not going anywhere. And if you bring people in like that, they're not going to quit, because they know what they're fighting for, and they know that if they stick with it, they're going to make a difference. So the second thing I want to touch base on is how you lead. I know for me, I've been through a lot as far as my business goes these past, I don't know, since July. I went through a lot of different trying times in my business as a leader, a lot of times that tested me and tested my patience, and there were a lot of times, I'm not going to lie to you, there were times I wanted to quit, and I would call Jess, and she talked me off the ledge every time. It reminded me why I was here. But being a leader is hard work. It's not easy. It's not for the weak-hearted. It is hard work, because you feel so attached to people, and you want such good things for them and the absolute best for them. And then when that doesn't happen, or when they quit, or when they don't see that, it's really hard. So my biggest thing that I took away from this was learning how to be a better leader, and that's what I want to share with you a little bit today, so that you guys cannot have the same feelings that I might have, and cover all your bases so that you know you did everything that you could, and the rest is on the person that you're trying to mentor or trying to guide. So the first thing is ownership over accountability. We talk a lot about accountability in this group, in coaching, I guess you could say. We talk about success partners, being accountable to them, being accountable to your coach, tracking your business activities so that you know that you're accountable to yourself. But you need to shift that mindset, not only to be accountable, but to take ownership. You are a business owner. You are the CEO. Are you taking ownership of your daily activities, of the time that you're investing in your business? Are you taking ownership over the things that might have fallen through, or if you failed a little bit? Did you take ownership of that and say, yeah, I failed. That was not good. That sucked. But I'm taking ownership of it, and I'm going to work through it. You have to make a decision. Like these girls said at the beginning, they made a decision, a public declaration of their goals. And I'll tell you, my goals are the same as theirs. We talked about it when we were at brunch on Sunday morning, and that's 2016. I'm a 2016 elite coach with an elite team. We are a 10-star diamond team and a 6-figure earner, and I want to help my coaches do the same thing. So I'm taking ownership of that. I know what I want. I know what I have to do, and I have to help my coaches find what they want. But they are not just accountable to me. They have to take ownership for themselves. You have to make that decision right now, right here, that you are going to decide that. The second thing I want to talk about is empowering versus enabling. I tend to be an enabler a little bit. I'm a hand holder, and that's something that a lot of us do as new coaches. We might have like our first coach, and I remember I was so excited, and I was like, oh, I've got one coach, this is awesome. And so I wanted to hold their hand a little bit, because I wanted to make sure everything went perfect. I didn't want them to fall down. It's like a little kid. You don't want them to fall down. You don't want them to hurt themselves. So you're just going to like hold their hand and walk them through everything. And then you're going to keep holding their hand, because you're like kind of scared to let go a little bit, because what if it all crumbles, or what if they fall? But here's the thing. You have to empower your coaches. You hand holding them the entire time is doing them a disservice. And that's something that I've had to really realize in my own business, is that I am here to encourage, equip, and empower my coaches. After that, they have to match that effort, and the rest is up to them. So ask yourself, what am I doing to empower my team, to empower my coaches? Is it maybe asking them to lead a team call? You know, I know for me, I would always post about it, like, who wants to lead a team call? And everyone's like, I have nothing to say, I don't know. And I'm like, come on, guys. And everyone's like, no. Here's something that Michelle said. Why don't you invite them to lead a team call, but interview them? Instead of them just leading a team call right off the bat, if they're not comfortable with that, and talking for a full 30 minutes, why don't you ask them to come on, maybe do what Mallory did, do the hedgehog, and talk about their strengths, have them share a little bit about that, and then interview them. Ask them some questions. Ask them what their struggles are or what their strengths are, or things that they've learned in the business, or maybe it's for new coaches and you want to know what they wish they would have known in the beginning. Little things like that. Get on there with them, hold their hand a little bit, but then the next one, they're going to go out and do that themselves, and they're going to be the ones that are leading the team call. So you're empowering them. You're reminding them and giving them that little nudge that, like, hey, you can do this, and you're going to be there to remind them of that and encourage them through that. So if you're doing things for your coaches, you know, if maybe they can't find an answer to something and you're just like, okay, here's the answer. Why don't instead you switch that and you're like, that's a great question, love that, here's where I'm going to have you go look for that. Give them the options of where they can look for that and let them do it, because what that does is that gives them confidence. If you set up from the beginning that you're always going to be there to answer every single question 24/7, that is not empowering them, that's enabling them, because then they're going to be bugging your phone every single minute of every single day. Not that questions are a bad thing. If I'm in my office hours, heck yeah, I'm going to answer a question for them, or I'll help them through it. But if your phone's blowing up 24 hours, 7 days a week, maybe start to empower your coaches versus enabling them. So the one thing I want to share really quick, I'm going to see if this works. Please pray to God that it does. I'm going to share my screen of this. And I don't know if people can see it, because now I can't see you. But hopefully you can see it. Okay, so this was a little chart that she showed us of how you can be blameless. Did you ever wonder, if you had a coach quit and maybe you wondered to yourself, like, how am I going to do this? Or, you know, your coach has quit and you're like, what could I have done differently? Or, you know, maybe I didn't do this, or maybe I didn't do this. This is your foolproof system of how you can make sure that you never have to feel that way again. Because I can tell you, I have struggled with that feeling time and time again, and it eats you alive. So here is how you can go to bed with a full heart and knowing that you did everything you could for your coaches, and the rest is up to them. So here we go. The first one is, I do, you watch, we talk. So let's use it in the example that Michelle Myers used of presenting the business opportunity. The first time that we present the business opportunity with a new coach, I'm going to do it. Maybe we get on a Zoom call and they invite some people to it. Maybe I make a video and then they just watch the video. So I do, you watch, and then we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to ask you, you know, what scares you about this? Or what do you feel like you would struggle with doing this? Or what do you feel like really stuck out to you? Or how would you do it differently? Talk about it and have a conversation and get ready to empower them. Because the next step is going to be, we do, we talk. So we're going to do it together. So again, maybe we're leading a Zoom call together. We're going to bounce back and forth on topics. Or maybe we're going to get someone on a 3-way phone call and the two of us are going to talk through what is coaching together. After we do it together, we're going to have another conversation one-on-one. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to say, did you feel okay? How are you feeling so far? What's going on? You know, get inside their mind a little bit and really ask them, what made you comfortable? What made you uncomfortable about that? Ask them, what are your biggest takeaways? And really start to instill in them that they can do this. Remind them. Talk about, you know, constructive criticism, yes, and giving them some tips, but also talk about what they did good. Emphasize their things that in that conversation, in that business opportunity presentation, what did I love that they did about it? Did I love their energy? Did their passion come through? Did I love the way they explained the pyramid scheme issue? What was it that I liked so that when they go into this next part, they're confident? So the next part, you do, I watch, we talk. So they're going to do it. They're going to lead the Zoom call by themselves. I'm just going to be there to hang out. I'm going to be there to let them know it's okay if you mess up, or it's okay if you fall down, like I can help take over, or it's okay if, you know, you freeze and you don't know what to say. Maybe I'll give it a second. If they're still not talking, I'm going to jump in and talk to them. And then we're going to talk about it. So after that, again, constructive criticism, but also emphasize what they did well, and keep doing that until they feel comfortable to do it by themselves. Maybe they're still stuck at this second part too. Maybe they're still stuck at the we do, we talk. We're going to do it a couple more times, and then they're going to pass the torch and they're going to do it themselves. The last one, the fourth one being, you do, someone else watches. So this is the point where maybe they're a diamond coach, maybe they're an emerald coach who's ready to spread their wings and build them on the way down. They're going to lead the Zoom presentation, and I'm not even going to be there. They can just go out and do it for their team and their prospects, and they can talk to them. So this was kind of the way that it was explained to us. This is a way for you to never have to take blame again for someone not being successful, or for a coach quitting, or a coach feeling frustrated. If you do all of these steps through the entire business, you're going to set yourself up and set your coach up for success. So can you see me? Yes, we're still here? Okay. So those were, I guess, those were my biggest takeaways in the entire thing. She also talked about developing the heart and mind of a solid leader. And here's the things that I want you to embody, and the things I want you to remember is that you're a life changer. You are not a cash collector. So you have to, money is so important, you guys. Like Lindsay always says, it's ranked right up there with oxygen. We need it to survive. We need it to live. Money will bring good people into your business because there are people out there who are hurting and who are living from paycheck to paycheck. But you also have to remember that you're going to change someone's life. You have such a bigger purpose than collecting a $40 commission from a challenge pack. So you have to make that very clear. You have to talk about your purpose and have to talk about your vision and have to talk about why you were placed on this earth, and that's to change lives. That is to help people achieve their goals. We are professionals. We are not amateurs. So be professional about it. Act as if. If you don't feel like a leader yet, figure out how you're going to start to feel like a leader. Be confident in what you do know, and it's okay if you don't know all the answers in the beginning. Ask your upline, or maybe get on a one-on-one call with them. Talk to them about what makes you nervous or what makes you uncomfortable about leading a call or leading a team, and try to work through it together. Become a professional in this business, like Steph said. And we are influencers. We are not posers. So you're an influencer. You have the ability to change so many lives and influence so many things for the better, and really empower people to take ownership of what they're doing in their businesses. So you need to remember that. I'm going to end with this a little bit. Jeff Hill talked about it, that everything rises and falls with leadership. And I know that we talked at our Success Club retreat in September. It was Jess's retreat. And there were some of us leaders there, and a lot of people were nervous to call themselves leaders, and they were like, okay, well, if I'm not a leader, then I can't be successful in this business. And here's the thing. Some people are natural born leaders, and some people aren't, and that's okay. You just have to start to find out how you can become a leader, because to be successful in this business, you have to have your own team. You have to go out there and duplicate yourself, and you have to be seen as a leader within your team. So everything rises and falls with leadership, but here's something I want you to realize. Leadership is taking yourself and others where you want to go and showing them how to do it. You don't have to be perfect, you guys. You just have to fake it till you make it. It gets easier with every new coach that you sign, with every onboarding system that you walk through, with every Coach Basics that you lead, with every team call that you host. It gets better. You just have to be willing to teach others how to do that as well, so that they can become leaders too. So I've got some action items for you to take with you, and then I'm going to stop. Oh, I did stay in my 11:45. What up? Okay, so number one, are you going to do this? Are you going to ride this bike or ride this journey, or are you going to take the easy way out? I need you guys to make a conscious decision right here and right now. It's the beginning of the year. I don't care that it's the 26th of January. Start fresh in February. You have to decide that you're going to do this, that you're going to stick through it. Hell or high water, you're going to do this. Because guess what? It's not easy. If this business was easy, everyone would do it and everyone would be successful. The things that you have to do day in and day out are simple, but they're also easy not to do. So you have to decide right now that you're going to do it, and you're going to make that decision, you're going to make it public, and you're going to fight like hell for it. Because I've seen so many people excited, and then it's already the third week of January, and now everyone's going MIA already. I'm like, you guys, the month isn't even over yet. We're still in the first month of the year. Like, why are you giving up already? Decide right now that you're going to fight for this, and you're going to be here in a year. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Are you going to do this? You have to. You have to make that decision. You have to make it very clear to your upline, to yourself, to your spouse, to your team, to the people on Facebook, I mean, your audience, whatever you want to call them. You have to decide that you're going to be in this for the long haul. Jeff Hill, when he talked at the end, he made a statement that really stuck with me about Beachbody as a whole, because I know a lot of people have that fear in the back of your mind, well, is Beachbody going anywhere? Or, you know, what's happening with Beachbody? Or are we really going to stick around that long? Or, well, oh, if I only would have started 7 years ago, then I would be successful. That's a lie that you're telling yourself. You have to stop that. But he said that Beachbody, the coaches in Beachbody, will leave our handprint on more lives in the health and fitness arena than any other company in the world. Our mission as a company, I mean, you've been hearing Carl talk about it, we will be the best. We will be the best in the entire world. We are only in, United States and Canada right now. Think about how many other people out there who need help, who need us. What are you going to do to make a lasting impact on lives, even if it's just one. You know, what are you going to do? Is it going to be committing to hit Success Club every single month? Because that has to be a non-negotiable if you're going anywhere in this business. You have to just do it, make it work. Sometimes I don't even know how the heck I'm going to get to SU6, but it's happened, and it always happens because it's important to me, and it's important in the legacy that I leave and the team that I lead by leading by example. So people will follow you because of the example you set. So take that with you. Leave your mark as a leader. Figure out how you're going to do this, and yeah, that's what I got. So, Lindsay.
Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay, wow, way to bring the energy there at the end, Olivia. You're speaking my language. I took so many things from that. I really appreciate you guys getting on here and sharing your heart and what you took away personally. I know there was so much, and you could probably continue to lead calls on everything that you took away. But I really got to piggyback on how Olivia brought that home. Everything in life is a decision, even when we feel like we're forced to decide or there really isn't a decision that the answer is being made for us. That is a lie that we're telling ourselves. Success is a decision. Success Club is a decision to continue to develop the fortitude and the passion, because you develop passion by putting yourself in places to gain it, to experience it. These are the ways that you decide to be successful in your business. So, how can you decide right now that this is it and that no matter what happens, you are focused? That's going to come from setting some goals, okay? So take those action steps that Olivia gave you and decide, are you going to do this, or are you going to take the easy way out? Because nothing about building a 6- or 7-figure business is easy, okay? So go ahead and decide that you can do hard things. All right? I love you guys. I'm so excited. That really just brings the energy. I'm like, gotta work now. I'm like sitting here thinking, like, my next post I'm going to craft to invite some people to join this amazing opportunity that we have. So thank you so much. Please do not let this energy dissipate. Act on it now. Harness it. Okay? Start crafting some posts. If something resonated with you, reread your notes. Take some action steps. Don't just say, that was a great call, see you later. Let Tuesday happen to you. You've got to be actionable and proactive, okay? So tag your coach in your awesome post that you put up when you're inviting people to either your challenge group or your business. Tag them in the comments so they can see your awesome work. And I will be talking to you soon. Peace out.